I don't know, book haul, yay. Yeah, so some of these things that I'll share are the books that I got are stuff I'll probably read, get around to reading. I don't know if they'll all be on my November TBR. Some stuff that hasn't arrived yet is going to be on the November TBR, but I just kind of wanted to do an intermediary video while I figure out my audio. Oh boy, that's part of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna be quick before my luck runs out. I'm, like I've said before, I'm terrible at picking up new media. It's something to do with my ADHD, something to do with my anxiety, where I just have a very hard time going out of my comfort zone, more so than others. So I was kind of happy. This book was one I kind of just took a chance on. I just read a bit of the copy on the back, but I mostly liked the book cover. I'm a magpie in that sense. I love book covers. I will judge a book by its covers, and I have to say, the more flowers, the better, because I'm a slut like that. So one of the first ones I want to share is The Last Heir to Blackwood Library. This was just, I think, in the fiction section. I was kind of sold on the back copy, just this in a post-World War One England. I'm a kind of like a old white guy in that sense, in that I think it's an American thing where you kind of gravitate towards a fascination with one of like the major conflicts, American conflicts, or at least that America's slightly stuck their dick in. And World War One is that interesting thing for me. For others, it's World War Two. For others, it's Vietnam. I'm a little bit of a slut for World War One, the war to end all wars. Ha! With the stroke of a pen, 23-year-old Ivy Radcliffe becomes Lady Hayworth, owner of a sprawling estate on the Yorkshire moors. Ivy has never heard of Blackwood Abbey or of the ancient bloodline from which she's descended. With nothing to keep her in London since losing her brother in the Great War, she warily makes her way to her new home. The abbey is foreboding, the servants reserved and suspicious, but there is a treasure waiting behind locked doors, a magnificent library. Worth losing a brother for. Despite cryptic warnings from the staff, Ivy feels irresistibly drawn to its dusty shelves where familiar works mingle with strange, esoteric texts. Love me an esoteric girl. And she senses something else in the library too, a presence that seems to have a will of its own. Rumors swirl in the village about the Abbey's previous owners, about ghosts and curses, and an enigmatic manuscript at the center of it all. As events grow more sinister, it will be up to Ivy to uncover the library's mysteries in order to reclaim her own story before it vanishes forever. Yeah, that sounds interesting as shit. That sounds cool. Hope we get esoteric as fuck in here, but that sounds great. Yeah, I hope it's good to have high expectations for this. Okay. So, that. Another one. This I also kind of took a chance on. I'm trying to stop it. I'm trying to be better. Thank you. This was a product of the experiment of that. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I think I tagged a video. Rebecca Ross. Here's the confusion. This just looked cool. There's a sequel at the store that's red. I love stuff like that. I do it for the aesthetic, basically. If you have to know anything about me, I do it for the aesthetic. I try to. If there's no aesthetic, let it die. It starts with a letter and an ominous journey across dark waters. 10 years after being sent away to the mainland to become a bard, Jack Tamerlan is summoned home to Cadence. Girls are going missing from the island, and Adara, childhood nemesis and the future leader of the clan, believes Jack is the only one who can find them. What is he gonna sing them? Serenade them? Okay. The elemental spirits that dwell in every breath of air, splash of water, blade of grass, and flicker of fire find mirth in the lives of the humans, and a bard's music is the only way to summon them, so serenade them. And ask that the girls be returned. Yeah, as Jack and Era, right? I don't know. I have no business having mispronouncing complicated names with the name I have. Gets closer to solving the mystery, it becomes apparent that an older, darker secret about Cadence lurks beneath the surface, and no heart song maybe strong enough to stop it. All right, that sounds cool. I'm not. I got this because I wasn't like that did not grasp me. That did not reach out and like take me. But I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. Who knows? You might be pleasantly surprised. Stop limiting yourself on expectations. You know, I think a synopsis that gives away too much can be just as much of a fault in a book, and a synopsis maybe that doesn't. So who knows? I don't know. I'll take a chance on it, and if I like it, hopefully I can. I'll be motivated to get the second one because I think they'd look nice on the shelf. All right, the third one, I'd say in this en masse here, The Witch's Heart. Now, I just said the last book did not grasp me. This one, I assure you, did grasp me because it is about not only one of my things that I'm interested in, but about who someone I'm very interested in. Angrboda's story begins where most witches' tales end, with a burning, a punishment from Odin for refusing to provide him with knowledge of the future. The fire leaves Angrboda injured and powerless, and she flees to the farthest reaches of a remote forest. There she is found by a man who reveals himself to be Loki, and her initial distrust of him transforms into a deep and abiding love. Their union produces 3 unusual children, each with a secret destiny who Angrboda is keen to raise at the edge of the world, safely hidden from Odin's all-seeing eye. But as soon as Angrboda slowly recovers her prophetic power, she learns that her blissful life and possibly all of existence is in danger. With the help from the fierce huntress Skadi, with whom she shares a growing bond, Angrboda must choose whether she'll accept the fate that she's foreseen for her beloved family, or to rise to remake their future. From the most ancient of tales, this novel forges love, loss, hope for the modern age. Cool. All right. Stop. I could have stopped anywhere. You had me at Angrboda. Norse mythology is, I think, one of the most interesting of mythologies. I like it more than Greek mythology, and most fascinating to me is that it's about Angrboda, one of probably my all-time favorite of goddesses of Norse mythology. She's badass. She birthed Fenrir, Hela, and Jormungandr, the world serpent. So she's a badass bitch, and I'm very eager to see a story centered around her. It's by I didn't say the author. It's by Genevieve. Oh no. Okay. Genevieve Gornichek. There we go. I heard it said in a Q&A with her. Yeah. It's by Genevieve Gornichek. And ironically enough, I know I was just talking about this, but something I did not notice on this was right here, a blurb, so to say, on the cover of this by Genevieve Gornichek. I picked these up totally separate. I found these two totally separately. So I have really high hopes for this. I'm really excited for this. I hope it takes me where I want to go, basically. It's a very fascinating premise of all of Norse mythology. A lot of the darker entities, as maybe you'd call it, are kind of given the demonized treatment. And I've always vibed with Angrboda. I thought she's a badass bitch. Maybe I'll put up a stupid little drawing that I've done of her that I had actually in an art show. This was 3 years ago at this point, so I was thinking about redoing it again. Do it. Yeah. Okay. The third one is a little bit different. I think it's still fiction, but it's possibly based off of true events. Okay. Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu. Again, I think I got this secondhand at the same bookstore. I don't know, I'm just really into the cover, really into the title of it, and it's historical fiction, so it's based off of real events that happened, but I don't think it's autobiographical or a memoir. So, a country at war, a family searching for home, China, 1938. Mei Ling and her 4-year-old son, Ren Shu, flee their burning city as Japanese forces advance. On the perilous journey that follows across a China transformed by war, they find comfort and wisdom in their most treasured possessions, a beautifully illustrated hand scroll filled with ancient fables. Years later, Renshu has settled in America as Henry Dow. Though his daughter Lily is desperate to understand her heritage, he refuses to talk about his childhood in China. How can he tell his story when he's left so much behind? Spanning continents and generations, Peach Blossom Spring is a bold and moving story about the haunting powers of our past, the sacrifices we make to protect our children, and one family's search for a place to call home. Yeah, this isn't, I guess, maybe something I'd always be drawn to, but it's about a time in history I'm not familiar about. It's about, family background I'm not familiar about. So I thought, hey, let's take a chance. I don't know if I have any expectations going into this. What I think I'll do is I'll read it first and then, maybe check around and see, uh, how I guess what's its reception as well compared to my own. I hope it's good. Yeah, yeah, really like the cover. I'm noticing a blue theme already. Let's change that up. Okay, so the next one is one I think I have been eyeing kind of since I started doing this, knowing that I'd be doing this. It is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Now this is quite a known book going around on the socials. It is a leafy boy of a book, and that's kind of part of why I wanted to get it. It's been a long time since I read a thick book. You could really get your mitts on and plunge into it. So I thought, hey, okay, this sounds cool. In case you did not know, oh, it is by Samantha Shannon. I gotta do that. I gotta start saying like the titles and the authors and what the shit it's about. I don't even know what some of these are about sometimes. Okay, the House of Berethnet. Baronet? Okay. The House of Berethnet has ruled Innis for 1,000 years. Shit. I'm so sorry, mispronunciation. It can sometimes be a pet peeve of mine. And here I am, committing it. Still unwed, Queen Sabran the Ninth must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from destruction. Assassins are getting closer to her door. Ad Durian, I am so sorry if I'm butchering this. Durin is an outsider at court, though she has risen to the position of lady in waiting. She is loyal to the hidden society of mages. Ad keeps a watchful eye on Sabran, secretly protecting her with forbidden magic. Across the dark sea, Tane has trained to be a dragon rider since she was a child, but is forced to make a choice that could see her life unravel. Meanwhile, the divided East and West refuse to parley, and forces of chaos are rising from their sleep. Jesus, I'm sorry. Butchered those, I slaughtered those. I took them out back. I had to take them out back and put them down. Damn, I'm so sorry. I should practice probably pronouncing more names of stuff before I do shit like this. But I don't know what any of that meant. I don't know what any of it means. And I guess I have almost 800 pages to find out why. Okay, yeah, this is one of the things I've seen. My biggest motivation, honestly, it looks good. It looks nice. It's gonna look good on a shelf. So I hope this tickles my fancy. There's another book as well, same universe. I think it's a prequel, a separate prequel that like you don't have to read. If I'm digging this, maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know. I hope so. That's a lot of time to invest in something. Oh boy. All right. Shit. I'd probably keep this thing even if I didn't. All right. Last one. Okay. I have already started reading this because I've already talked about the first one, but I finally picked up the sequel to Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Heart of the Sun Warrior by Su Lin Tan. I talked about this in my October wrap up, the previous video, if you want. That if you know, I wasn't crazy about the last one, but I knew this book was already here, so I was like, just a duology, maybe just get through it. This might, maybe, I don't know if those two are gonna have to be their own thing, but the cover, okay, all right, I told you, the magpie here, the bird pie. This cover is just gorgeous. Even if I don't like this book, I'm probably gonna keep these. I'm gonna keep these. These are beautiful. I actually want to get hardcovers of the, I think, UK version. They're stupid gorgeous. Again, aesthetic or die, I guess, for it. But yeah, okay, that's it. Hi, editing rah here. Haven't seen you since the first video, or second, I don't fucking know. I was actually supposed to include a mystery arc that I got at the bookstore. They were just giving them out for free as part of like a sale, and the one I got was like a young adult World War II art mystery. I was gonna unwrap it, like show unwrapping it, and like, you know, adding it to the pile here, but I don't know where that footage went. I'm just using a phone to record all of this, so I might just make that separately. But yeah, that was the first mini book haul, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm really sorry for the messiness in it. Thanks. Bye.